Hello and welcome. My name's Rosie and I'm the content manager at ABC Mallorca. Today we're joined by our editor, Dr. Helen Cummins, who, as of this weekend, successfully completed the 312 Mallorca. Hi Helen. So this weekend just passed was not a normal weekend for you. You completed the 312 Mallorca. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling still very much on a high because it was a dream come true to do a lap of the island. So not to confuse it with the Mallorca 312, the official one, which unfortunately got cancelled this year. I got myself and a group of friends, we decided to do a lap of the island, which equates to 312 kilometers. And we climbed a lot of mountains, we covered a lot of terrain, and we managed to complete this lap of Mallorca. And I'm still on a high. I'm still feeling very pleased, obviously, that we managed to succeed and do it. It was incredible.
And how many hours in total did you cycle? I mean, what was the time?
It was around 12 hours, which is actually not as, the timing was incredible because we did an average of around 24.5 kilometers an hour, which was fantastic. Even on the first day, which involved nearly 3,000 meters climbing, we managed to do 21.5. On the second day, which was mainly flat, we were doing around 27.5. which was incredible. It was way faster than what I expected. I thought maybe it would be at least another hour or two, but we managed to, our timing was really good actually.
And the preparation for it, I mean, the training, and I know you've been eating well, you've been changing your diet a little bit. Can you explain, prior to doing it, how you prepared?
Okay. So many months ago, myself and my friend Elvie, who we cycle together all the time, we decided to register for the Mallorca 312. We never thought we'd be able to do 312 kilometers. We were just dreaming to do the shortest run, which is 167. And in actual fact, all of the participants this weekend had registered to do the Mallorca 312. And they were all more or less, we're all around the same level. So everybody was hoping to do the 167. Unfortunately, with the situation, it got postponed. So we still continued to train all during summer. So you can imagine we did cycles in 37 degrees and 40 degrees of heat because we had to maintain the training all during July and August and stuff. And then when finally it was decided that the Mallorca 312 wasn't going to happen, I had a plan B. My plan B was to do this, which is actually the original route of the Mallorca 312, which is this lap of the island. It's a little bit shorter, it's it's not shorter, it's the same distance, but it's less climbing. So there's about 1,000 meters less. So it's a little bit easier, which helped us on this weekend. But it was just an incredible experience.
And you've mentioned your friend, but who else was part of the group?
So we have, actually we're very mixed. We had one Spanish, Roberto. We had a Scottish lady, Kay. We had Mariska, who's Dutch. She only started cycling, road cycling, in February, but honestly we think she was born on a bike because she's Dutch and she is so strong, it's incredible. And then we had Paul, who Elvie and I have cycled a lot with. We actually did Sacalobra with him earlier this year, and he's an amazing support, and he's always making sure that we're okay, and he's taking care of us, so he's fantastic. And then I also asked my cycling trainer, Jon Anders, to actually lead the team. And that was a really great decision because I think without him we would have struggled and suffered a lot more. When he led, so obviously on the second day we had a lot of flat, and I mean he was out front the whole time, encouraging everybody, just making sure we were all safe and felt okay, and he was fantastic, really great.
So were there any challenges along the way, or did everything go as expected?
Well, we didn't have any punctures, which was incredible. There was no, we didn't have any breakdowns, any problems like that. Anything unexpected. I mean, the weather was just amazing. We were so lucky with the weather, because when I looked like 2 weeks prior, it looked like it was going to rain and it was going to be windy, and we just had the perfect cycling conditions. Other than obviously because the first day was over 8-10 hours, we were 10 hours. So it's very difficult to be dressed appropriately for all the different temperatures that you have during the day. Yeah. So although we layered up and so on, I was so cold. Oh my gosh, when we arrived on our first stop, I was like this. It was so cold. So, you know, it's all an experience. By the afternoon, we were peeling off the clothes and it was too hot. So all in all, everything kind of went to expectation, yeah.
Because you started quite early in the morning.
Yeah, well, we had to, because there was a race starting in Poyensa, and we needed to get up the hill of Yuck before these professionals were going to be coming much faster behind us. So, and of course, if they had met us along the way, we would have had to wait and stuff. So we just to avoid all that, we decided. And obviously as well, at the moment, the day is shorter. Yeah. So we had planned that we needed to be back by 6 o'clock in the evening in Palma.
Yeah. And along your route, I mean, you go through some amazing places in Mallorca, some amazing villages and towns. Is there any particular area that you just absolutely love cycling through or visiting or seeing?
I have to say that this weekend was so focused and it was such a big challenge that I wasn't really kind of admiring the scenery, or I was more, every hill we climbed, I was like, okay, another one done. Here comes the next one. So it wasn't a case of, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful, like we would maybe normally do. And also Jon was like pushing us all the time, like keep going, and we probably cycled longer distances than we would normally do without stopping. But you know, Mallorca's beautiful, and I think what was special was that we had such a variety. So day one was all in the mountains, we were at the coastline, it's just spectacular. But then day two was a complete contrast, where it was all flat, and we were more, inland. So of course, we hit the coast at different times, but it was just such a difference in terrain. Great variation.
And of course, all of this was in aid of charity. It was for Mallorca Sense Fam, which at the moment I think you're roughly around 6,000 euros.
Yes, we are. We are. It's actually gone over today, over 6,000. I think we could maybe reach 7. I mean, we've just had so much support, and I think that's really because it's for Mallorca Sense Fam are doing an incredible job. They are feeding over 11,000 people on the island. And I think that's the priority for everybody at the moment, to make sure that we all can support people who are really in need on the island. So it was always my intention, even if I participated in Mallorca 312, I was going to take the opportunity to raise money for charity. Obviously, with everything that's happened, it's become more important than ever that we do something. So it just gave it a whole other level of purpose, and we're really pleased about that. And we've had over 70 donations. Some of them actually extremely large donations, and some small, but a lot of people have participated, and we're super grateful for that.
And the mix of people, I think, that have donated, it's not just people from Mallorca, it's people
from worldwide. Yeah, because we send it out in our newsletter, and they hear about it over social media, and because they love Mallorca, they want to help out. So it's beautiful. It's really good.
So the big question is, what is the next big thing?
Okay, well, before I talk about that, I do want to say a couple of things which I thought have maybe touched me a lot personally. One thing was the amount of, we talk about the donations, but actually my phone was hopping all day Friday with getting messages from so many people saying, You know, they support us, they're so proud of what we're doing, and it just made the whole experience so much more significant, and also that I just felt we have everybody supporting us, so it was great motivation to get up the hills. And then I suppose one of the highlights, I have to say, of the whole trip was arriving into Daya, just before we arrived into Daya, Caladaya. And my two very good friends, Alan and Nancy, were there at the side of the road with the picnic all set up for us, and hot coffee, toasted sandwiches, smoothies, you name it. I mean, we were so touched that they had made such an effort. So that's, you know, the cycling is incredible, the achievement's amazing, but when you get that kind of support from all the people in your community and your good friends, it's just like makes it so much more important.
And that momentum was there. I think everyone was behind you, and I know from the team we were rooting for you.
Totally. I felt it, and I mean, on Friday I was just, okay, let's do this. I want to do this, so it was great.
No, there was a real build-up, I think.
No, I was really touched. Next plan is, yes, I would love to make this an annual event. I think that it's an amazing way to, it's an opportunity to raise money for charity. And it's a fantastic thing to do. So for cyclists out there who haven't yet done a lap of the island, I think it could be an amazing thing to do. I think we'd get people who are interested to participate with us, and it's maybe something we could do twice a year even, if I want to be really ambitious. But for me, the thing would be actually to do it for charity. And have fun, you know, and meet great people along the way. So, yeah.
Brilliant. And have you got any kind of tips or advice, recommendations for anyone thinking of either doing the 312 or getting into cycling?
Okay. I suppose when I think about it, I started cycling 3 years ago, 2017. And I did a crazy thing because I had just literally started, and I decided to go up and cycle the Ring of Kerry in Ireland, where I'm from. I hadn't a clue. I mean, I really had no idea what I was letting myself in for. But I did it. You know, in the end, sometimes being naive about the challenge is good. So taking on the 312 was different because I have so much respect for any cyclist who achieves that level of fitness, endurance, determination. Like, you have to be really good to compete and participate and complete the 312 in 14 hours. So it was funny for me because it was something I could dream about, but never thought I could actually do that. And what I'm super happy with is I did it my way. So it wasn't the normal Mallorca 312, but it's the Helen Cummins 312. So the point for me is, if you have a dream, go after it, do it, you know? It's possible and you can achieve it.